Hello, and welcome to my piggy build mode tutorial, and today I will teach you how to become a better build. Let's start with the basic block. This will be the block that you will use a lot throughout your build mode maps. Next up is the slab block, which this is very useful to offset your blocks by half. The next block is the half wall block, which you can't offset using this block. The next block is the thin wall block, which you can still not offset other blocks using this block. There are also the thin wall corner, thin wall T-shape, and the thin wall intersection. The next block is the wedge block, which it is like a slope that you can go down or up on. And to go with the wedge block, we got next the corner wedge, which it will be useful in some situations. And there is still another block to go with the wedge, which we got next the concave corner, which it will be useful in lots of situations. Up next, we have the cylinder block, which is useful for like pipes in your maps and other stuff. Next, we have the long wedge block, which is useful if you don't know how to use the scale tool. To go along with the cylinder block, we got next the smooth cylinder corner block, which is great with the cylinder block. Editor me over here, and I just want to say that I forgot to do the smooth cylinder T-shape, so here it is. We got next the smooth cylinder T-shape, which is useful with the cylinder block. Next up, we got the stairs block, which is useful to go up and down on. Next up, we got the tooth block, which is useful to make roofs with. Next up, we got the vent shaft block, which is useful for players to go through, but not the piggy. Next up, we got the corner stairs block, which is useful for some situations. Next up, we got the thin window block, which is great with the thin wall block. Next up, we got the window block, which is useful for building. Next up, we got the transparent block, which is useful to make some see-through blocks. Next up, we got the thin transparent wall block, which is useful to make see-through blocks. Next up, we got the shadow block, which is useful to create shadows and can make some places dark. Next up, we got the no-clip block, which allows you to go through it. And that is it for the basic block. So I hope this helped you, and see you later.